Hello, hello, how are you? How is everyone? I just did a face mask video on my VIP. I know I'm sideways, but I'm filming it sideways because I'm filming this for YouTube, which it has to be horizontal. So anyway, hey, how's it going? I'm putting some foundation on. I don't have the new concealer yet, but I want to get it. So starting from total scratch here. Just got my face mask off, and I'm doing my little mix between the Magic Tint, the moisturizer, it's a tinted moisturizer, plus that matte foundation that I use. Hey, how's it going? Hey, Claudia, how are you? So, doing my mix, because one is a little too light and the other is a little too dark, but mixed together they're great, and one is a little too matte and one's a little too moisturizing, but mixed together they're fantastic. So sorry, I'm horizontal and I'm not using my high charge. Hey, how are you? Hey, I'm not using my high charge or my high stand. I'm using, I found a tripod, but it's so low so I'm having to bend over to do my makeup to come on here for you guys. But isn't the lighting in here like outrageous? It's like so bright. It's so bright. I'm also going to talk about hair. I got the kids detangler. This is in the kids line, the hair detangler. And this hair detangler, okay, you can see, I got a little something in my hair. You see how curly this side is? Okay, remember a couple days ago when I came on, I was talking about how frizzy my hair was? And it's still like, you know, I had done nothing. I got out of the shower and I had done nothing. That's why my hair was so dry looking. Yesterday, this came in the mail, and when I put it on, I only put it on one side because we had these workmen here, and that's a whole other story. I'll do a separate video about the whole workman thing. But anyway, I only had on one side, and I couldn't get back to it. So you can see how one side, you can see how kind of like this side's a little like kind of wussier, like not as curly. Now the curls are as defined as this side, and I'm gonna put more on this side and show how it works. But this, I'm really loving this detangler, and it has a grape scent. So I'm going to talk about that, as well as that other, and the leave-in treatment with the argan oil. And both of these are Avon. Avon has tons of hair products that I'm just now getting into. I'm just now delving, because I wanted to use up what I had before, right? You know, so anyway, everybody's at home, so hey, thanks for watching. As always, please hit thumbs up. If you like my videos, please hit thumbs up while you're watching. Please share. Hey, how are you? Please share my videos. Please, hey, Mary. Please share my videos on your pages. And that helps me out in a lot of different ways. So, hey. And just doing a little foundation makes a huge difference. Okay, so I still have not unpacked all my products yet, okay? I have now unpacked all the boxes that were in the office. I still have the upstairs to do, and because some of the stuff that was upstairs actually should be down here, and some of the stuff that's down here should go up there, and it's a whole thing. We're still in that phase, and it's taken a while because other things keep coming up and other issues, and like I said, that's a whole other thing. But so it's crazy. Okay, so let's put on some. So I've still been playing around with these two palettes, the Urban Skyline and the Mocha Latte. These have been my main things for like the last week and a half. It's my main two palettes. And then what else do I have? Oh, then I also have been had I known it was all these other things were gonna come up and different things, I would have packed more stuff. Hey, how are you? Hey, I would have packed more stuff, and I would have, you know, but I didn't. So it's actually been lessons in creativity of how to change things around for me, you know, and how to do different things and try different things. So yeah, I actually, for a while there, I was doing this as these two things. Hey, Jessica, how are you? I was doing these two things together contour first, contour and highlight using these shadows. But what I've been doing, I've just from experimenting, I've been using this color right here, the number 3 in the Mocha Latte, using that by itself and then adding in the darker afterwards. And so I've just been having fun playing around with some of these different shades. And you wouldn't think, but you wouldn't think that this could be a blush, but it's like a blush and a bronzer together, at least for my skin. So yeah. And if you're new to watching me, thanks for watching, because I know there are a lot of people who are home. There are a lot more people home lately that have been that are home right now and getting into stuff and watching me and stuff. So I've been really grateful for that. So anyway, if everybody could watch that's watching or watches later, shares my video on their page or reposts or whatever, that would be really great to help me out and support. Without having to spend anything if you don't want to, you know, but I'll post my link below when I'm all done. I'm going to start, now it's going to take a while because I have a lot of things already printed with the main original website. I have, when you join Avon, right now you can join Avon for free all the way through May, the end of May, okay? They've extended. It was going to be the end of March, but because of everything that's happening, they decided to extend it. And it's actually great because for all the people, oh, thank you, Marcy. For all the people who are out of work right now, they can join for free, but you get a free website. So you get a free website with a long link. And what I had done for a last couple of years is I had a shorter link that I had registered with GoDaddy, and then people could click on that and hey Joanne, it would go automatically filter to my Avon site. Well, I've decided to say just to cut back, because when I first joined, it was like something like $9.99 a year or something like that. And then it went up to like, $14 a year. Then it went to $9.99 a month, and now it's gone up to $14.99 a month. And to me, I'm like, I may as well, you know, it's just like having another, it's like Hulu and this, and you're paying for Amazon Prime and you're paying for Netflix. To me, it's just like another thing every month. But why should I have that when I actually have a free website, right? And not only that, but the actual website with Avon says Avon in the name, so that there's name recognition to the brand, which I think is actually better. So anyway, so I'm going to start using that link more and not just the BibaGirrrl Beauty. It's like something like, I can't remember if it's youravon.com, BibaGirrrl Beauty, or if it's myavon.com. I have to check because I have not been using that. I've been using just BibaGirrrl Beauty because I had that registered with GoDaddy. So anyway, with the fact that GoDaddy charges that much now a month, I decided to go with the classic, which is free. So that is what it is. When people sign up, they get a free website. So why should I be paying this outrageous monthly fee with this company that decided to keep, like, you know, one thing, they get you, you know, they may get you for, you know, a great price for a year, but, you know, if you maintain that, it's crazy. So, all right, so I'm going to do some brows. I've got a slanted angled brow brush and then a little, like, it's kind of like a eyebrow brush, and it has a comb on the end, but I'm going to use this angle here. I've been doing this. So I've been using the Urban Skyline, the black, since my hair's been darker. My hair is really roots right now, okay? This is serious roots. I know a lot of people are talking about they haven't had the roots done. I have my stuff, and I can do my own hair. Hey, Patty. I can do my own hair. I just haven't had time to do it because we're still unpacking. So while my hair is darker, and it's just been one challenge after another with this, with the transition. Could it have been easy on us? No, it didn't happen that way. It could have been, but for whatever reason, whoever's up there that keeps saying, let's just keep throwing stuff at them and see what they can handle, decided to throw more stuff at us and see what we can handle. So I'm doing this, filling this brow in this way. And just kind of going with my own natural hair growth, and then just putting it in there. And then I'm taking my little eyebrow brush and coming along, kind of softening that up a little bit. And so we've been Always dealing with something. Now I don't even have my normal setup. I have my big thing of Q-tips. A long time ago, I got this as some sort of a gift or something. I can't even remember if you bought Q-tips in this, but this has always been my main Q-tip holder, and then I always put them in that plastic thing that I would keep my phone. So you all are seeing different containers, different things that. And so this is like all at the edge of the bathroom sink right here. And then I here, if I want to make this, fill this in a little bit more, I'm using the edge of that. The edge of glory here. To the edge of glory, like Lady Gaga with the edge of glory with his, his eyebrow right to the edge here. And fill in that spot. So, how is everybody doing? Are you going crazy? Are you finding things to do? What are you doing with your time? I wish I could have people over. I moved up here, and where we moved, we have so many friends that live up here, and I haven't been able to see anybody because as soon as we moved in, everybody's on lockdown. Or even go over to somebody's house to use their washing machine. My God, that would have been so nice. But it's now been. The thing is that I had laundry that I could have been doing that week, but I was so busy packing, and I was trying to get. I didn't want to be caught up with. I was too busy. I didn't want to be dealing with ironing and putting stuff away when I was trying to pack it up. So I said, "Oh, well, just move these laundry baskets. When we get there, I'll be able to do laundry just fine." Little did we know what ended up happening. So I planned to do a whole video where I put certain companies on blast of what the amount of stress and hassle that we've been dealing with. And I'll talk about that, and I have to be in a certain. I want to write down all the steps, and I want to make sure everything's gotten worked out by that point. So anyway, but look for that. Look for that. I think I may just do that straight to YouTube, and then that way it can be. I can actually tweet out that link to the companies that I'm frustrated with if I don't get my satisfaction. If I don't get the satisfaction that I am requiring. for what we've been through in the last few weeks. Okay, so got the eyebrows on. All right, I'm going to do a little eye primer. A little bit of primer. And this is what I do to save time. I just put a little on both fingers. Just always make sure your hands are clean. Are we washing our hands? You have to have clean hands to do makeup. You gotta have it. All right, got some brows on, got some cheeks on. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna add a little bit more of this. I got a little bit of that mask in my hair still. All right, a little more of this bronzer, and then I've been going back and taking the contour brush, which right now our contour brush is in. I think it's in the goodbye section, which I'm sad that they're deciding to discontinue it, but I dip it into the brown, which is the number 4 in this, and that kind of gives me some contour. And the reason why I don't do a lot of what is this? It's just something. The reason why I don't do a lot of cream contour is because it can end up going. Some brands of concealer, darker concealers or browns. Contour sticks can often end up filling in where my pores are larger and that making me look like I've got blackheads, which I always end up having to cover, trying to cover up they go into my pores. So with powder, it doesn't go into my pores the same way. I'm able to do it, but I have yet to try our concealers yet. My plan is to get a couple of different concealers of our new line of concealers that I just posted about in the VIP. And there's pictures on the main, in the cover photo there, that's of the new foundations and the new concealers. Now I'm just this is a whiter brush, and I'm dipping it into here, into the cream color. This is the number 1 of the Mocha Latte. And then I'm doing that as kind of like a little highlight. So, so if you want to see, there's a picture of those new products. When I get them, I'm going to get a dark and a light, and a medium shade, just so I can kind of play around with them, and then try a little bit of everything. So see how they work as a contour, as a concealer, you know, all that stuff. So anyway, so here's another thing that I do. Oh, I like these wider brushes. Now, if I was doing highlight with this, I'd be using the smaller fan, but because I'm doing kind of like doing how you can even use this almost as if it was a pressed powder, at least for my skin tone, because it matches. But you know, you could, because both of these are mattes. Okay, both of these are matte, so if you're more in this skin tone, you could use this color, okay? It's amazing what, if you're short, like I said, because I have not unpacked all my makeup, I've been I've been like finding new uses for all kinds of different shades, and experimenting and saying, oh, well, see how this works, see how this works, see how this works, and it works, you know, amazing, it works. Okay, so, you know, and that saves you money, too, because then when you see, oh, hey, I could use this one palette for everything. Okay, so let's get some, okay, now I'm going to go in and do a little highlight and take this fan brush. Everything needs to be clean, so excuse how, now dipping in this, in the Urban Skyline, because this one is a shimmer color, okay? The matte, the Mocha Latte, the lighter, the top color is a matte, and in Urban Skyline, it's a shimmer. So some of these palettes are different, okay? It's always the same where it's light, medium, dark, darkest. There's purple ones, there's blue ones, there's turquoise, there's a whole range of shades. But it's always light to darkest, but sometimes it's not, let me see my Marilyn Monroe shirt. But usually, but it all depends on the palette. So sometimes there's more mattes, and sometimes there's more, shimmer, matte. Sometimes like these two are, matte shades. Hey, Beth. These two are matte shades, and then a shimmer, and then this one's another matte. So this one has fewer mattes. So it just depends. If you like a lot of shimmers, if you like more, more mattes, you know, it's kind of like each one's a little different. So that also makes it fun, because you don't know what you're gonna, you know, you can play around and experiment, you know, and that's what all this is about, you know. Makeup is fun, you know, and not only that, but right now, when everybody's feeling kind of, the news is depressing, any way that you can kind of feel more normal and feel a little more glamorous, a little more like things are like better times, you know, take you back to better times one way or the other, you know. And also it kind of gets you back in your normal routine of, you know, all these people who are like, oh, I've been in pajamas all day, or I'm snacking, or I'm doing this, is because they're acting as if it's a snow day. You know, my husband's teleworking, so he's been getting up early, getting showered, dressed, putting, you know, of course he's not dressed as if he's going to work, but he's still like, you know, putting on real clothes and, you know, getting in the cycle. So a lot of people are like, oh, screw makeup, screw hair, I'm not going to worry about this. But you know what? If it gets you back in routine, it won't be as much of a shock when things do resume normal and we're on the other side of this curve, basically. So, okay, so I'm going to do a quick, one thing I've been doing is, and here's just a really quick way. I have been, where's my, just a good all over, okay, so I've been doing like a very neutral with this number 2 in Mocha Latte, this number 2 right here. I had to take my nails off. They did not, my nails did not survive the move. and instead of using, okay, and I've shown this before, but I'm just going to show this again. A lot of us grew up with palettes with different colors. We had older sisters or somebody teach us about makeup. We would go like this. We'd use this. We'd go like that. Okay, right? Okay. The problem with that is if your eyes, you get older and your eyes start to sag, or even, you know, it doesn't do anything for you, because look at the difference between this eye and this eye, where I blended it up here. You end up seeing, it ends up highlighting the sag, because only by putting it in the crease, then all this shows and looks more like it's sagging, right? If you do, where I put it above here, now I'm not doing it all the way, and I'm not doing it with a, you could do it with some people I see with bright colors and black colors and all kinds of stuff, but if you're doing it with a neutral color that's medium, and you blend it out, it actually helps hide the sag and helps lift up your eye, as opposed to, see where this looks like I don't even, you can't even tell that I put anything in that crease, okay? So that is a huge thing, and the majority of people who start to see that eye sag, now of course if you're using good skincare, it helps prevent it and blah blah blah, but a lot of people still have it, right? Some people have it past 30, some people have it past 35, some people past 40. You know, I'll be 55 in, you know, nearly less than 2 months here. So, so here it says, so there's some of those things that people get caught up in. They say, I'll be talking to people about makeup. They go, well, I've been wearing my makeup since I was 14. I felt like, well, how old are you now? Oh, 64. Well, you know, you think, you know, the skills change, styles change, as well as that your needs for your face changes. Just like you don't want to be using the same skincare you used when you're 14. You don't want to be doing the same makeup techniques. So, you know, as well as style, you know, it helps. We know better, and we can, and you say, look at the celebrities, some of the celebrities who were over a certain age and when they look younger, granted, they're doing some other things, but some of the things a good makeup artist can show and work wonders, you know, and, you know, I'm doing a before and after on here every single, you know, every chance I get, and you can just see the difference in how that looks, how that opened up my eyes, and I brought the color more, and it lifted up my eyes a little bit. You don't even see that. It's like it's almost like I don't even have a sag there, you know? If only we do that with everything else, right? But, you know, that little thing makes such a difference, and it's using a whiter brush, a fluffier brush, a neutral shade. Almost everybody has a kit somewhere that has some neutral shade. You can even do it with blush, depending on the blush shade. You could even do it with this color too, but I like doing it with a neutral shade that's matte, that doesn't have a shimmer, because the lighter shimmer you want to have the contrast between this light shimmer that's above here, right underneath the brow bone, and then that also helps bring out the eye, is the lighter here, and then the matte, and that's the contrast. And then, gee, it looks like I have a lot more makeup on than I do. You know, it looks like I just put from looking at me from a distance, you think I'd have like tons of makeup on, because of how well that brought out my eye. Because, you know, my eyes. So, that technique is huge, okay? Take a look at the celebrities you might see that are over a certain age. You look at J-Lo, you look at even Susan Sarandon, you look at maybe some of them may have had eye surgeries, but the thing is, a lot of it is in how the makeup is applied, and it makes such a huge, huge difference. So, so just doing that, okay? Now, now you know me, I always like to do a little bit of a smoky eye, so I'll do a little smoky on top of Old Smoky. Every time I say smoky, I think of that song. This generation didn't grow up singing that song, like some of us did. Okay, so I'm just taking, this is actually this is the contour brush. Now, this is one thing I've just been doing just because I've been around the house lately, and I have not been doing the whole big old glam thing that I usually have been doing. But I just take the edge. I'm taking the edge like this. A lot of people think when you're doing makeup, you're going like that, okay? But if you take the edge and you go like that, it's like you're using the shadow as liner, okay, if that makes any sense. And you can also wet it down too, but because this is a pretty dark shade, that it's a black in the Urban Skyline, I'm using this as if I was using a liquid liner, but I'm just doing it on the edge, and I'm doing it on the angle here like that, and then just a little out in the corner. So I just did a little bit of it's like a smoky wing. Smoky wing. And then I'm going to take that out a little bit more. Take that up into where I did that, and then there you go. And then if you want to blend it out a little bit more, you take that same fat brush. There, you know, it's so simple. From people say, oh, I can't get the smoky eye. It's just sort of like not doing as defined of a line as when you're always using liner. I think we got in a habit, some of us got in the habit of just doing like one medium shadow and then just doing this one line. But that one line, like I said, sometimes can disappear too, and then it doesn't do anything for you either. So it's like, well, it's kind of like wasted, wasted energy. Okay, so it's the same thing here. And then, but I'm coming in from the other side, so I always start mid-eye, in the mid part of my eye, but I'm not doing like the same level of, it's like a medium, and then I go out to a fatter, if that makes any sense. And then, you know, even that, just me showing, got a little fatter than I would want, so I can always go back, take a Q-tip, there. A lot of people don't think you can use shadows, but that's the whole, as a liner, but that's the whole thing that's with the smoky eye is, even if you put liner on, you still smoke it out with a shadow. So that's what makes the difference in the smokiness. And then I go up into here a little bit, and then I take my fan, or it's not a fan, it's my wide brush, and then kind of blend that into where I had that brown, that neutral brown. So there, see? It's almost like I did liner and shadow at the same time. And this is all with these two palettes because, like I said, I have not unpacked all the rest of my makeup yet. Oh, I just made a boo-boo here. I have not unpacked all my makeup yet. Nothing's organized. It's just one room, like the downstairs is unpacked, and most things aren't on the walls yet. Things aren't, but at least we're survivable. Survivable. Right now, this room has a path, but things aren't even on the bookshelves yet. We haven't moved the bookshelves where they're supposed to be. The movers we used were great because they moved us all were really quick, moving us out and then moving us in. But they wanted to stay and hang out and then, oh, well, we'll move this here. We'll help you unpack and we'll do this. They wanted to make their tab get higher and higher and higher and higher. And I was like, I wasn't having it. So we ended up having all the bookcases all in one spot, and we slowly kind of moved certain things in certain spots, but yeah, and nothing is where it's supposed to be right now. So it's a process. It's a process, but we love the new place, and so it's overall it's a good thing. It just takes time. It's that transition time. The transitioning from it was a big condo that had a ton of closets and extra closet space. The one thing about the condo was great. We had a ton of storage space and a ton of closet space. This townhouse, even though it seems bigger, actually has less closet space and less storage. So so we have some challenges, and we're having to figure things out and maximize the space that we've got, Okay, so before I get to like doing anything more with my eyes, I'm gonna put some lips on just because I can't stand seeing myself with bare lips. Okay, so lately I've been using Raisin. And this is actually an eye pencil. This is one of the eye glimmer sticks. This is the glimmer sticks are just amazing liner pencils by Avon, and very popular. And this is actually an eye pencil, but I've been using it as a lip pencil. But they do have a burgundy one that is a lip pencil, but I wanted to just try this. And I always kind of do it and mix it together. So I had a little bit of lipstick on there from before. Okay. And I like really defined lips. If I just put lipstick on by itself, I feel like my lips disappear. But if I put a darker lip thing on first, and then I put a brighter lipstick on, it just somehow, it makes my lips better. All right, so my upper lip looked really thin a minute ago, and then by doing this, now this is a brighter, it's called Fluffy Pink. It's like a coral. You would never think that these two things would go together, but they do. And I'm putting it on top, so I still get the definition that there is darker underneath. And it ends up being a little bit like, kind of like a light plum color, but I'm able to really define the lips. And look at how much bigger those lips are. And it's just a pretty look. Okay, so, and this is my favorite new thing because this is one of the new collaboration lipsticks. Look at that square. It's kind of like an oblong, okay? But it's great because when you go around your lips, it's not like that slant, and you don't end up with that weird point on the end, or you don't end up, like, it doesn't break off as much. It's more on control because it just comes out straight like this. And they're $10. They're in a huge range of shades. You can check them out. I'll post a picture of them below, but I have to post my new, or my original website below, because like I said, I'm going to be going away from that other one. So okay, so then I put the Crave on top, and the Crave lip gloss. This is birthday cake. It's kind of like a sheer pink. But because I put it on top of lipstick, this is really how it comes out. But because I put it on top, it ends up getting a little bit more of the color. It has a flavor, birthday cake, and they have a whole bunch of different flavors. It's like a great fun lip gloss. They're all different flavors. All right, now I'll just do a little bit of extra translucent powder. This is what I would usually carry in my purse. I'm gonna take this. I'll get it clean. It's one of the few ones that's clean. And just a little bit. This is our translucent powder. And translucent is just like no color. It's pale, but any skin tone can use it. All right, now for mascara, and then I'll get talking about the hair products, or what's been working. Okay, Love at First Lash. So these were the classic things that I put in my bag that I've been working the last couple weeks since we moved, until I watched the last box. The last box that I unpack will be the box that has all the makeup. I bet. Okay, look at how amazing this Love at First Lash is. Okay, it has the fibers. If you were to look this up under a microscope, the fibers are heart-shaped, and they help build the lashes, and it's infused with vitamin E, so your lashes get even longer. It's just like amazing, okay? It's just amazing. I used to always use, when I would use other brands of mascara, I would get this like, I don't know, it's almost like a buildup. You could never ever completely get it off. This comes off very easily too. And as well as it, so your lashes stay moisturized, and you don't end up with like the claw where you have some lashes and then some are missing in between. It's just a great mascara, okay? And it's surprising to me because I usually don't like mascara that has this type of brush, but it's the formula. The formula is everything. Look at that, okay? Look at that. Just awesome. Just awesome. Awesome. Very pretty lashes. Reminds me, I was thinking about this guy I used to work with. He used to say that, and sometimes us hairstylists, we have certain phrases that we'll use, and sometimes we might overuse them or say them to different. And this guy would be like, "Oh, you're so pretty girl. Look at how pretty. Everything was pretty." He'd repeat everything. When I first started dating Patrick, and this guy and I were working together, and he was like, "Oh, your boyfriend's so handsome. So handsome. And I was always saying it in pairs. Remember that, honey? When I was working with Ricky and he would say, oh, your boyfriend's so handsome, Oh, Ricky. Where is Ricky? I need to find Ricky on Facebook. He was a trip. Oh, so pretty. Oh, so pretty. Did you hear? There's no response. He knows what I'm talking about, but he doesn't want to make a comment. No commentary from the from that peanut, what do you call it? Peanut gallery. Oh, so funny. Oh, whoops. Oh, I made a boo-boo here. Oops. Okay. Well, it's still wet. You can wipe it. And a lot of people get freaked out with makeup because it's so easy to make a mistake, but you know, it's like, it's not that big of a deal. You know, you get a Q-tip, use a piece of Kleenex. Oh, I know Kleenex is a commodity right now. Kleenex is a commodity. Anything that, there you go, a little mascara right there. Okay, that side's okay. Usually if I'm going to mess up, I'm going to mess up on this side because it's not, I'm not right-handed. So it's going right hand to the left side. Although for a while there I was doing more like this. But it's harder. You know, for some reason I'm always holding it with this hand and then you can always wiggle it a little bit at the base. Okay. Wiggle it just a little bit. I watched, anybody remember some of this old rap and the, I guess what do you call it, the 80s rap? I watched a show, I like this show on TV One sometimes, the TV One channel called Unsung. If you ever watch that show, it's a really good show. It has like stories about people who were in entertainment that like didn't, like for whatever reason didn't stay long. They had one about Shannon, you know, let the music play. And they had one about Roxanne. Not the Roxanne from the Prince song. That was the other Roxanne. But this is the Roxanne. They would sing the real Roxanne. I'm the real Roxanne, and I'm proud to say da da da. And so anyway, it was about her, and it was interesting. It was a fun. It's an interesting show. It's a really good show. You get to hear about a lot of family members, sometimes of different famous people, and if you say, hey, whatever happened to blah, 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 you know, you see what they're going on, what's going on with them, and what they're up to. Okay, so now, all right, I'm going to, before I move on to the next, before I move on to hair, I'm just going to get this stuff off my hands. I'm doing a balancing act, I should be doing squats right now to be able to do some squats while I'm squatting down to be able to do this with this camera. That's a video workout, video makeup workout. Okay. Oh, you gotta laugh. You know, I hope I bring some entertainment to your. A lot of people are like really stressed and worried and anxious, and I get anxious when I leave. You know, I get anxious too. All right, so I'm just gonna brush through all this because I haven't really brushed through the tangles. This is a couple days old. I've brushed through everything, and this is how big my hair actually is, and it has a tendency to just want to be just frizz, okay? It has a tendency to be frizz, and it's a lot of hair and a lot of thickness. I need to do my roots and a shine treatment because then that'll also help it from looking less dry. So I just go at it from underneath. All right, so see, that's what it looked like if I just brush. People are like, oh, brush your hair. Yeah, great, yeah. No. Not people with curl. People with curl don't want to brush their hair because we end up with just frizz. So, okay, so you brush through it, and then we're going to put some leave-in conditioner on, and we're going to put some leave-in treatment that's a shine treatment. Okay, so keep in mind, yesterday I got a nice curl pattern from doing it on this side. So this side already had some. So I'm going to start over here first. And I'm going to spray some more. over here. Look at that gray. All right, so it's called Tangle Wrangle, okay? And it's the leave-in conditioner in the Avon Kids line. But anybody could use it, and it has a great scent. That's why it has the purple. And all the labels with the kids line have, like, if it's an apple scent, it's a green color. If it's grape, it's purple. And then they have another one that's like kind of like a marshmallow or an orange. So I'm just spraying this. And you could use this wet out of the shower too as a true detangler. That's really what it's made for. But I'm using it as like a leave-in treatment. And it's actually like, look at that. Look at how much prettier. Okay, so I'm putting this in here. And scrunching, okay? Putting it, kind of saturating it. And it's sort of nice because it's it's a spray. Because, like, sometimes if you just try to re-wet your hair with water, unless you have your, a spray bottle of water, but because this is like a conditioning treatment plus a leave-in conditioner plus a detangler, it actually gives a little bit of shine and a little more definition than if you were just re-wet it with water. Look at how much prettier that looks. Okay, look at, it's like the waves look they like make sense now, and so I would want to try this on someone with even a tighter curl pattern than me. Because I usually don't like doing my hair curly because it gets so dry looking and it gets so frizzy. But because the other day when I was going to wash my hair, it was raining and I hadn't unpacked all my straightening stuff, I thought, well, this is a good time to just kind of see where is my hair? Where am I at? It's sort of like taking stock. Okay, what's my texture naturally? What's going on? Because, sometimes you might have thought like, oh, what your hair was like maybe 5 years ago. What my hair was like 10 years ago, or what my hair was like 20 years ago, or 15, or, that was a different time. Okay, now I'm putting in a little bit of the leave-in shine. And this, I'm actually going to go a little higher. Now, if my hair was baby fine and frizzy and like naturally finer, I wouldn't do it as high, but because I have a lot of frizz in through here and my hair is so thick, I'm going to work it in through this part, so that when it dries, it doesn't expand quite as much. It'll have a little more of the shine throughout. Now, I could have done it the other way, too. I probably could have put this on first and then this, but I wanted to show, so this is a way of kind of calming down the frizzy part this part always wants to just whoosh, and calm that down, but then have the curls looking pretty good, So it's like all in how I'm working with my hands. I'm taking my hands and I'm kind of like grabbing it. And I'm not scrunching it up big like we did in the 80s. It's going to get big on its own when it's dry. But a lot of it's just kind of taking it and just kind of taking your hands and kind of just going like this. And working it and working it. And then separating. Some of the pieces that are kind of clumped together, you separate a little bit, okay? And see, and then the same thing on this side. Do some of these. I can't wait until I get everything unpacked, and then I can actually get organized enough to do my roots. Stop the best hair ever. Oh God, no. So, but it's a lot of work. I mean, this is this is now my fourth handful of this oil to kind of. And then this is what the second day of squirting it this side with it. So, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, an adult can definitely use this kid's detangler, and you can also use as a detangler, and you could also use it for curls. And so I really want to try it on someone that has a tighter curl pattern than me, just to kind of see how it does. So if somebody wants to, well, when all this is over, I can't really, if you decide to get it and you could share it, let me know. But I was going to say, if you want to come over and I can put this on you and play with your hair, but because we're social distancing right now, so yeah, it almost looks like I set it on like finger waves or something. And yeah, ready for the Oscars now, you know? And I have never had my curls look like this naturally on its own. Never, okay? Because it's usually so frizzy. So frizzy. And so it's a pretty cool thing. It's a cool thing. For it to be this organized, it's usually a mess when I let it air dry. Okay, when people say I have the best hair ever, they're seeing how my hair looks when it's flat ironed and curled and then restyled and a whole bit. But it usually has such bigness and such frizz that it's very overwhelming. So for it to be in this kind of an organized wave, I have a lot of my second cousins, my second cousin Julie, who's on here sometimes and who is a customer of mine, and then her girls and then her brother's girls all have really, really tight curls. The next time any of them come over, once again, when all this is over, I want to try this on their hair because their hair is, they have redheads. They're redheads and in their family, and so the red hair kind of can become kind of on the coarser side too. So I want to try this out on them because I usually use this on their hair when they come over and get their hair cut. But I want to try this too, because we can see, because if it helps them out, you know, it's a big thing, because when you feel like your hair is out of control, to me it's like I love curls as long as it's in control, but when I feel like it's Rosanna Dana, when it's like just a frizz bush that triangles out like this, then I can't stand it, you know. But it's when it's organized, it's an organized curl, then it's fine, you know. But you know, it makes a huge difference when you can get it to do even like this kind of a thing. It never did that on its own, never, without products in there, and without even this, you know. This is the first day, or yesterday I did a little bit and it worked, but even putting more on today, this is pretty amazing. So this is actually kind of nice because this is showing me that on a day that if I didn't have time to do all the, because usually what I do is when I wash my hair, the day that I wash my hair, I'll do all the straightening and the curling and everything, but there's a lot of times when I might not have that time. It's good to know that I can have this and I can have some organization. You know, and I notice a lot of other people are starting to wear their hair curlier, different hair textures, tighter hair textures. When you find something that works, it makes a huge difference. I have friends that use coconut oil, or they use some of the different ethnic hair products, and sometimes it's a cream and an oil and something else, and usually that's what I was having to use on my hair before. For a long time when I did wear my hair curly, when it first started going curly on its own. And it was like, wow, what's all this? Because I used to get perms in the 80s. To have my hair look like this, naturally. My hair naturally had a little wave, and then once I was in my teen years, it just was frizz and no curl, just kind of messy wave in the back, frizzy around the front, and the rest had nothing. And all through my 20s, 30s, it was... I always had to have perms to get curl like this. It did not curl like this on its own. So it started curling like this on its own when my hair started to go gray. And so then the hair texture changed. But usually it's a fuzz ball. And that's why I was always straightening it. So for me to have this much curl and control, it's pretty great. It's pretty great. So makes a huge difference. So yeah, so let's see how back here is going. Back here is still a little on the fuzzy side, and put a little bit more in there, you know, just because I would want it to look finished. People are like, oh, that's fine, you know, let the back go. No, I wanted to have that look where it looks like it was done, not like where I did my front and I didn't care about my back, you know. So anyway, so it's I'm pretty impressed considering I think these are right now, they're usually like $6.99, or sometimes they're 2 for $11 or on sale, depending on, sometimes they're on different sales. So I'll look up the correct info below, and I'll post the info, what's going on right now with the current campaign, and the price on this too, and I'll post about what products I'm using in terms of the palette, the eye palettes, and yeah, so I'll post about everything below, and if you enjoyed this, please share this with your friends, and share this. And if you have anyone that has wavy hair, or tell them that if they have kids that have a lot of tangles and they have a lot of hair issues, tell them about this. But if you have wavy hair or curly hair, you tell them, hey, you might want to try this too. Just because it says kids, I'm pretty impressed. I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if the free sign up through, you can sign up just to enjoy the discount. You can sign up to earn some extra money while things are if you're not working and you need some extra source of income in your household, or if you want to actually work it to build a team and kind of work it like what I'm doing. You can do it that way. However you want to do it. You can do it with books. You don't have to hand out books. You can just text your website to your friends. It's an amazing way to earn in 2020, and they've extended things, and they're reopened for business because they've been considered essential, because we sell hand washes and we sell personal care products. So we are part of the solution here, folks. And so check out, if you have any questions about that, check message me, and you can check out my website. And if you have any more thinking about something else, if you need something else, I've got everything from moisturizers to fashions. I've got shoes. I've got all kinds of stuff. So thanks so much always, and I'll see you next time. Bye.